Let's be real. Most people who say that they're moving to Dallas are not actually moving to Dallas. Maybe you just signed a job offer, or maybe you're fleeing state income taxes, or maybe you just finally seen enough of those Texas lifestyle reels to say, you know what? I'm about to make this jump. But here's the hard truth, the kind people won't tell you until the moving truck is already in the driveway. If you can't tell the difference between the vibe in Prosper and the hustle in Plano, you're about to make a very expensive mistake. I'm Luke Jones. I'm a local Dallas real estate agent, but more importantly, I live, work, and raise my family right here in Prosper, Texas. I've watched thousands of families flood into North Texas over the past few years. The ones who do their homework, they never look back, but the ones who wing it, those are the ones who end up in the wrong school districts with the soul-crushing commute, wondering why their reality does not look like the TikTok that they saw. Now, in this video, we're going beyond the algorithms and the glossy brochures. Today, I'm breaking down the heavy hitters. I'm talking about Prosper, Frisco, McKinney, Allen, and Plano. I'm gonna show you what your money actually buys and where it goes further. We're gonna go over the commute math that no one factors in until Monday morning hits. This isn't about what sounds good in theory. It's about where you belong based on the lifestyle that you're trying to build. So let's get it. Now, the first question that I always get is, Luke, why not just live in Dallas? That's a fair question. And look, Dallas proper has its perks. You're closer to work if you're downtown. You've got walkability in certain pockets, nightlife, all that. But here's what you're trading off. You don't get that sense of community. And I don't mean like, oh, everyone's waving at each other type of community. I mean actually programmed events, lifestyle managers, and master plan communities who are literally paid to make sure that you and your family are connected to the community. You have block parties, food truck nights, holiday events. That just doesn't exist in most of Dallas proper unless you're in a very specific high-rise building. So you don't get that master plan suburban feel. Now, these North Dallas suburbs, they're just built different. We're talking about neighborhoods designed with parks, trails, pools, clubhouses, fishing ponds, amenities that would cost you a fortune if you tried to replicate that lifestyle in the city. And you definitely won't get these gigantic A-rated schools. That's not my opinion. Just look it up on Great Schools. If you got kids or you're planning to have kids, the school districts up here in Prosper, Frisco, and McKinney are some of the best in the entire state. We're talking top-tier academics, brand new facilities, programs that schools in the city just don't have the funding or the space for. Plus, and this is a big one for me personally, it's safe. I have an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old, and I'm totally cool with them driving around Prosper, Frisco, and McKinney at night. You're not dealing with a lot of the downsides that come with living in a major city. Now, if you're young, single, and you want to walk to work and hit happy hour every night, then yeah, maybe Dallas proper or uptown makes more sense for you. But if you're a family that loves to get outside, enjoys community, and wants suburban living without being in the sticks, the suburbs is where it's at. And here's the move. You get close enough to Dallas so you can enjoy everything that the city offers, but far enough away to avoid the riffraff. Get the best of both worlds. And look, if you're trying to figure out which suburb actually makes sense for you and your situation, I do buyer consultations all the time. We can hop on a call, walk through exactly where you're working, what your budget looks like, and I'll tell you exactly where you should be looking. The link is in the description. You can scan the QR code or text me. My number is on the screen. All right, now let's break down the top 5 suburbs that people are actually moving to right now. And before we do a deep dive into each one, here is a quick hit version. Prosper is connected luxury. Think master plan communities, a serious focus on lifestyle and engagement. Frisco is hip luxury. This is where growth has been insane. Sports, shopping, entertainment, it's all here. McKinney, that's your hometown Texas with a luxury spin. You get a historic downtown mixed vibe with suburbia living. Allen is family friendly. You have excellent schools, more affordable than Frisco, but still close to everything. And Plano is the established big brother of North Texas. You have a ton of corporate headquarters there. So if you're relocating for a corporate job, this may be the perfect area for you. Now, I could give you the surface level tour of all 5 areas, but let's be real. You can actually Google that. What I'm actually gonna do is to give you the stuff only someone who actually lives here would know. The traffic patterns, the builder quality, the neighborhoods that actually are worth your time and your money. The hidden gems that make each area special. So let's start right here in my backyard. Prosper is where I live, so I'm kind of biased, but I'm not gonna lie to you. This place is not for everyone. If you're a family that loves to get outside and actually enjoy the community you live in, Prosper is kind of tough to beat. Most of the master plan communities communities up here have people whose literal job is to plan events like food trucks, movie nights, holiday parties, and fitness classes. That sense of community is actually real here. It's one of the things that surprised me most when I moved here. You actually get to know your neighbors. Kids have built-in friends in the neighborhoods. It's the kind of place where you're not just buying a house, you're buying into a lifestyle. Price-wise, here's what you're looking at right now in Prosper. Entry-level homes are $450,000 to $600,000. You're looking at getting a solid 3 to 4 bedroom, single-family home, newer construction. Your mid-range family home is $600,000 to $800,000, and your luxury is going to range you anywhere from $800,000 to $1.5 million plus. The builders that are high on my list right now are Britain, Highland, Tradition, Southgate, and Coventry. These guys are putting out quality products and they're not cutting corners. Neighborhoods to keep a watch on are Star Trail, Windsong, Starview, and Park Place. And here's a bonus. If you want the best value for luxury, check out Mosaic. It's technically in Salina, but it's still Prosper ISD, so you're getting way more house for your money. Now, if you're a foodie, I'm taking you to the Gin in downtown Prosper. Get the Angus burger. Thank me later. Now, if you want coffee that's better than Starbucks and you want to go somewhere where everybody knows your name, like literally Cheers vibes, you need to hit up 1418 Coffee. That's the spot. For breakfast, you're going to go to Birdie's. It's better than First Watch, no question. And if you love the fish, there are several ponds and lakes in the area. I've got a secret fishing hole, but that's staying off of YouTube. If you want that, you got to book a call with me to get that one. And yes, we have some amazing hidden gems here. Trick Rider at Omni PGA. Technically is in Frisco, but since Highway 380 is the only thing that separates us, we still claim it. They have the best tomahawk steak that you'll ever have, and my wife loves the carrot cake there. Also, if you like to go to Sunday brunch, you need to check out the Apron right there at Omni PGA. It has amazing views overlooking the PGA golf course. You can thank me later for that one. Now, Prosper, like any other growing area, is not without its growing pains. Highway 380 has been a thorn in my side since I moved here, but they just added some overpasses, so it's getting better, growing pains. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's hot here, like someone following you around with a blow dryer on low hot. So if you're moving from the West Coast or the Midwest, just know that Texas summers are completely different, so be prepared. HOAs here are relatively low compared to most coastal states, and they're pretty chill, so you don't have any condo commandos here. You're getting a lot of amenities for the cost, especially in master plan communities. Now, if you want to walk to work, or if you're looking for that condo high-rise living, Prosper is not it. This is suburban, master plan, family-oriented living. If that's not your vibe, I can find you a home somewhere else. Now, if Prosper is sounding like more of your speed and you want to see what's actually available in your budget, let's talk. I can pull listings, show you the builders, and walk you through neighborhoods in real time. The link is in the description. Feel free to text me or scan the QR code on the screen to schedule a one-on-one consultation. All right, now let's talk Frisco. Frisco is booming right now. If you want to be where the action is, the sports, the entertainment, shopping, dining, Frisco is your move. You've got the Star, which is Dallas Cowboys headquarters and practice facility, the PGA headquarters, Major League Soccer, and top-tier shopping at Stonebriar Center, and the Gates of Prosper, which is technically shared with Prosper. If you're relocating for work and you want to be close to corporate offices, then Frisco makes a lot of sense. Price-wise, Frisco is a little bit more expensive than Prosper on average, but you're paying for location and accessibility. Your entry level is going to be $475 to $625. Mid-range is about $650 to $850, and you're looking at $850 plus for your luxury crowd. You've got a mix of older established neighborhoods and brand new master plan communities. The schools here are excellent. Frisco ISD is one of the top districts in the entire state. So why is everyone so obsessed with Frisco? Well, when a global giant like NBC Universal looks at the entire map of the United States and says, that's where we're putting our first ever Universal Kids Resort, you should probably start paying attention. They didn't pick Frisco by accident. They saw explosive growth of young families, insane school districts, and a city government that actually knows how to get big things done. This isn't just a theme park. This is a 30-acre, $550 million bet on the future of Frisco. But it's not just for the kids. Right next door is Fields West. If you've been to Legacy West in Plano, this is the evolution. It's a 55-acre urban village that is going to be the new heartbeat of the North. This is the heavy hitter list. We're getting Mastro Steakhouse, their first DFW spot, Culinary Dropout, North Italia, and local favorites like Mexican Sugar and 60 Vines. But if I'm to be honest, the Dallas North Tollway and 121 can be absolutely brutal during rush hour. If you're commuting into Dallas every single day, you need to factor that in because Frisco is growing so fast. There's construction everywhere. New neighborhoods, new roads, new infrastructure. It's a part of the deal. If you want that small town, tight-knit community feel, Frisco might be a little bit too busy for you. It's a little bit more fast-paced than Prosper and McKinney. Speaking of which, McKinney is a whole different vibe. And a lot of people sleep on McKinney, which is wild to me because it's one of the best kept secrets of North Texas. If you want that historic downtown charm, like actual walkable town square with local coffee shops, boutiques, and weekend farmers market, but you also want modern suburban neighborhoods with great schools, McKinney is your spot. It's hometown Texas with a luxury spin. You get that small town feel without sacrificing quality of life. Entry-level pricing here starts at around $400,000. Your mid-level pricing starts at $575,000, and your luxury goes from $775,000 plus. You have A-rated schools here in McKinney ISD and great master plan communities. McKinney is a little bit more spread out than Prosper and Frisco. Depending on where you want to live, you could be close to 75, and some areas of McKinney are close to 380. So location in McKinney matters a lot. Now, if you want that brand new everything feel and you don't care about the historic charm, then you might find McKinney a little bit too established for your taste. Now, let me give you the quick rundown on Allen and Plano because they're both solid options depending on what you're looking for. Allen is a family-friendly area. It has excellent schools, slightly more affordable than Frisco. The price range is from $375 to about $700. It's best for families who want great schools and suburban living without paying Frisco or Prosper prices. The downside is that it's less new and shiny than Prosper and Frisco, but it's still a great area. Okay, let's talk Plano. Plano is extremely established. It's diverse. There's tons of corporate jobs here like Toyota Headquarters, Liberty Mutual, and the list goes on and on. The price ranges from $350,000 to $1 million plus. Best for corporate relocations, people who want diversity and established neighborhoods. So let's talk about the stuff that YouTube relocation videos don't usually cover. And I mentioned this earlier, but it's worth repeating. Traffic here can get kind of crazy during rush hour. So here's what I tell my clients. Once we know where you're going to be working, we're going to plan your home search within a 25 to 30 minute drive on a Monday morning at 7:30 a.m. That's a real test. If it takes 30 minutes at 7:30, we know it's going to take 45 to 60 minutes at 8:30. So plan accordingly. Now for the question I get asked all the time, Luke, how often do you guys get tornadoes down there? Look, we are in Tornado Alley. So yeah, we do get the tornado warnings during the storm season, usually during the spring, but actually touchdowns in populated areas, that's not as common as you may think. You download the weather app, you have a plan, and you're good to go. It's a part of living here, but it's not something to worry about on a daily basis. If you've got more questions about what it's really like living here, I mean the traffic, the weather, the schools, neighborhoods, whatever questions you have, let's hop on a call. I'm happy to walk you through it. The link is in the description. So how do you actually choose between these suburbs? Here's my framework. Number one, where are you going to be working? Your commute matters. Don't fall in love with the neighborhood if it means that you're going to be spending 2 hours plus in traffic every day. Number two, what's your budget? Be realistic. Don't stretch yourself so thin just to live in Frisco when Prosper or McKinney gives you more house for the same exact money. Number three, what's your lifestyle? Do you want community events and master plan living? Then look in Prosper. Do you want to be close to entertainment and corporate jobs? Then you look in Frisco. Do you want historic charm with modern amenities? Then you go to McKinney. Do you want established, diverse, and affordable? Then you look in Allen or Plano. And number four, do you have kids? If yes, school districts should be a top priority for you. All of these suburbs have really good schools, just some of them are better than others. Look, moving to a new state, a new city, a new suburb is a very big deal. And the difference between loving where you live and regretting it comes down to doing your homework. I moved to Prosper because it checked all of my boxes. It was close enough to Dallas without me being in the riffraff. There were great schools, it was a diverse community, and I wanted my kids to grow up in a place where they could ride their bikes or drive their cars around to their friends' houses, and I know that they were safe and I did not have to worry about them. That's what I found here. But your situation may be different. Maybe Frisco makes more sense for you. Maybe McKinney is the move. That's why I do buyer's consultations, so we can walk through your specific needs, what your budget is, where you're working, and I can show you exactly what's available. If you're serious about moving to the Dallas area, let's talk. Book a call with me. The link is in the description. I'll walk you through the neighborhoods, pull up listings, and make sure you don't make a $500,000 mistake. I'm Luke Jones. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.